welcome back to Let's Play Oblivion Quest Mods. Gonna be doing the roommate phase of Teshekru's bond. So I just gotta go and
a pleasure to
talk to her once a day, and you could do each of these topics once a day, and then it's just, you know, and it's just, I think we already did that, yeah. So yeah, there's one for all of these, and there's 6 for anything I can do for you that are unique. Some of them are generic, but they're unique to which part of the tower she's in, so she'll say something about the dragon statue and stuff, but it's not unique. You can usually tell the unique ones because they're like 3 paragraphs or long, or longer. As always, the description will have more details and have the exact timestamps to specific parts. So, hope you enjoy. It's gonna be a little bit of a long one. So, here we are at Turtis, 5:50 AM.
a pleasure to speak.
My companion. How do you feel? Very good. Not being a remnant, that's a step. So thank you for granting me a place at your side. I'm very, very happy about this. You like your new home? Do you take yes as an answer? There are certain aspects which can be improved upon, but all in all, I really like it here. Future. There are times when I wake up at night seeing you on our bed's other side, and I'm wondering, is that really you, or is my mind just playing tricks on me? And if I see you there, I want to draw closer, fold my arms around you, cover you under my wing, and snuggle myself at you. I don't dare doing so, in fear the illusion may disappear, in fear that you may not want this closeness. So I will stay on my side of your towers, and dream that someday you'll come over. Have you read my first letter? There is something in me yearning for being close to you, yet for reasons that are hard for me to explain, my mind still says no. Oh dear, you're very important to me. I don't want to lose you, either through my doings or doings of others. Even imagining sleeping nearby makes me feel better. What I think about us is that I just don't want to lose you again. Just be careful, so I may meet you again and again and again and again. Long one there. Oh no, I already did that one. Future Mir Corrup. A dragon is a lamp on your table, and a Daedra seducer in your bed. That's what I call irony. A good one, though. One I would never like to see solved. Although, maybe a statue of myself and you, and a flame between us. Now that would be an interesting lamp. And anything I could do for you? A lot, but not now. Yeah, just come to visit me as often as you can. Oh yeah, that's all of them for now. Pretty sure the future one was unique. And you can ask her about paintings. Maybe. Yeah, here's the dragon lamp.
Well met.
And now it's 5:54.
Well met.
My companion, do you like your new home? I'm a bit sad that this luxury around here isn't put to more use. It's a grand place, much more than I had expected. How do you feel? When talking to you, do you really need an answer? Let's just say I'd be happy to see you a lot more, and a lot more often, and longer. Well, that's another topic. Companion, our future, what do you think? I'm not good at guessing. In Shape Perilous, I thought my time there would never end. During my imprisonment, I feared that I wouldn't find happiness for a long, long, long time. And then you came, and now it can only get better. That's what I hope. My companion, what do you think about Mir Corrup? An interesting trophy room you have here. Hot. And I mean hot. There, fires alone, you can bathe in their heat. I love it. Want to tear my clothes from my body, though. Oh well, I shouldn't dwell on it. Companion, anything I can do for you? Yes, I fear there is something. A very small and easy task, which is nevertheless very dangerous. Well, not dangerous if you know what to expect. Do you remember who helped Min train me? I don't even dare muttering her name, just in case Kara just decides to visit, you know? I never had a chance to thank her for bringing you on the path that led to my freedom and our meeting. Please bring her this letter. Be very careful around her. I draw sustenance from strawberries and oranges. She from more or less willing lovers. Do not let her touch you, kiss you, or worst of all, sleep with you. This could be your undoing. Just deliver the letter, get her answer, and come back, will you? So I gotta request this time an actual thing she wants me to do. So I got Kara. Teshekru's correspondence. Oh, I see your trust in this Daedra seducer is not as deep as I had expected. That's a good sign. Maybe you're not lost. Of course there's something fishy. She wouldn't have written in Daedric if she hadn't have anything to hide. Let me see. It's just a thank you and a question of how to bind someone to her, so he or she may not escape her clutches. How nice. I think the answer will be very interesting, don't you think? Blah blah blah. Teshekru's correspondent. You brought me a letter. How nice. Firament takes the letter, looks through it, and writes an answer. Due to the light of the 19th voyage, you're not sure if she's writing on paper or on human skin. Here, take it. Now off with you. Run along and have fun, or stay and have even more. Yeah, don't really need to say that. She just says she's honest about what a monster she is. So here's Kaya. Correspondence. Now what would poor old Turu tell poor old Teshekru? Very fishy. I'll take a look. Snatches. Oh dear, this is really bad. It's an answer to a question of how to bind someone to her. She doesn't answer, but she shares something like gorge on their life until they yearn for their life in you. Think about it. Or my favorite, it's about you. The meal I've given you as a present is still undigested. It's a shame. Every time it walks in my domain, I can smell the richness of its life, and I long to devour it. At least she's honest about her kind. See? You know the hunger. Even if you try to hide it, you cannot dispute or deny what you are. But we are. You are a fool if you do so. Any more questions? No. Great. Thought so. I'm sorry, but I was never really good at telling bad news. Wish I had something better to say. At least you know the truth now. There. So Turu had intended me as a meal for Teshekru, and was disappointed to see Tesh didn't take what was being offered to her. I mean, she didn't really have the chance because she just got released into Miranda and never had the chance to attack me. But anyway, now she's outside at the little gazebo.
Well met.
Correspondence. You've got the answer. Many, many thanks. I'm sorry, I can't yet share with you the contents of these letters. I will though. Promised. Just trust me. I'm not like Turu. Never was, never will be. So I guess the topic does stick around, so I might as well. Please trust me, I cannot share the contents of the letters with you yet. I know that you're likely not trusting the whole happening due to your knowledge of Turu. Please trust me, not her. It was more about the test of getting to know her intentions and freeing me either way. So please, don't take anything in them serious. It's more a personal mystery I'm investigating. That Turumarin is dangerous and spreads dangerous ideas. It's something I told you about before. Explain that she was merely a trick to test for Turuman. She wanted to find out Turuman's reasons for freeing her, and had nothing to do with me. Okay. We're here at 1 AM, and I'm pretty sure there's one for anything I can do for you at midnight to 4. Oh, you may have noticed I'm reading. I love the sky in this world, and I want to learn more about it, the stars and star signs. Didn't find a book about it. Could you keep your eyes open? Thanks. So she's asking for a book. So let's see, weekday from 20 to 24. I think there's a...
Hail. It's you. I hope I can...
There's a unique one for... What do you think of Mir Corrup? Take a look above you, to the sky. You see stars and moons, clouds and more. In shape perilous, the sky was only darkness. No sun, no moons, no stars. No clouds. Maybe there were clouds, but not without light. They couldn't be seen. Nocturnal and her servants have a thing for darkness. Here now, thanks to you again, I see the beauty of Tamriel's sky. I confess, it unsettled me at first. During my first visits to Sundas, I avoided looking at the sky, especially the night sky. Now I see the beauty of it, of all weathers. And look at your city. It's lovely. I'm so happy to be here. Words can't express how I feel. Thank you so much for allowing me to live here. I'm comfortable with living in Mir Corrup. There are far worse places this world and beyond. And the best aspect of Mir Corrup, you're living here too. Yeah, you can kind of tell the ones that are unique because they go on forever. So
It's my pleasure.
Okay, so the book she wants is the Firament because it has all the earth signs and everything. It's astrology. You have it? Many thanks. The stars and the sun are holes of Etheris. The sole source of magicka in this world. You don't have them in any realm of oblivion. Well, imitations maybe, but not the true givers of magicka. Understand that magicka in the oblivion realms comes from the princes and from wayward castes of Gracia and Etheris. Wars have been fought over it, sometimes something impossible in what is Mr. Lang. Sometimes I just can't read it fast enough. Sure, what do you think of Mir Corrup? I still can't believe I'm finally here. Thank you so much. Our future, what do you think? You're my friend. More so even, know that you're very important to me. I cannot stomach the thought of you losing me. That's why you can be sure I won't do anything to upset you. I will not betray the trust you've shown. And how do you like your new home? With the kinds of beds you have here, who wouldn't like it? How do you feel? Alright, I've been better, but also a lot worse. Breathing fresh air again, being freed from Karshiviel's eyes, does wonders. Companion. Okay, yeah, she's supposed to be in Merindon right now. The walking speed can really kind of mess up her schedule. So from 12 to 4, she's in Merindon. There you are, I've heard of rumor, a very, very distant one. You've encountered Deyanira Katrece. She and I, we have some history. A long time ago. Yet, I wonder what has happened to her, what became of her. She's now an Oriole in the Shivering Isles. Oh, now that's something I hadn't expected. Not at all. It's kind of, I don't know, a reason to despair. One thing that helped me deal with the loss of Shade Perilous was that I hoped that at least my friends would find happiness again afterwards. That Jaceel and Deyanira would be together again after all the nightmares, the pain and terror we had to suffer. And yet, she didn't come back to her true love. I wanted to see her happy. I hoped to know her happy, both of them. And yet, they are divided. I weep for thy fall, Deyanira. It's not your fault, it was the void. Do I need to be jealous? Is there any hope for them? Bring her a message from you? Do you want to talk about it? Sure, do you want to talk about it? I could chew your ears off with old stories, me and my life in Shade Perilous. Better let it rest. Likely I better leave Deyanira in peace. No gain in troubling the old dear any further. What has happened has happened. So, my companion, anything I can do for you? Here, of all places. I'm not sure. There is something I need to do. A small price to pay so I can live in Mir Corrup. Thinking about it, I need to patch a few scratches in my clothes. I need a bit of Daedra silk for it. 3 portions. If you bring them to me, I'd be very glad. Here's some Daedra silk. Many thanks. It will prevent a lot of trouble for me. You can't even imagine how much. I hadn't had a chance to patch the few clothes I got since I was freed. A few more cleanings and I would have had to run around naked. Carefully, Teshekru takes your hand and lays it on her bosom. She closes her eyes, inhales, and then exhales slowly. Not that I would mind running around naked in our tower. This body is for your eyes only. Those visiting or living in Mirandin, they wouldn't deserve the sight. Sure, Mirandin. It always depresses me being here, knowing that I could also be at our tower, in our place. This comes back in hand with a sweet expectation of being back there in a couple of hours, which makes staying here bearable. Corrupt, better living in Mir Corrup than in Mirandin, don't you think? I like the place, always have some, and now I cannot fail to notice that the stranded light achieved. No, that's what she always says about Mir Corrup, I think. So yeah, on weekdays from 12 until 4, she goes here, and the part about Deyanira, that's from the Art Guild. Where is it? The Of Secrets and Saints. When you finish the Mania side of the Art Guild, you help the Saint warm up, and you find out that she's Deyanira from Battle Spire, which is also where Teshekru is supposedly from. And they were both in Shade Perilous, and she had a relationship and was friends with her, so that's what that all is. I'm Mirandin. Don't spoil my mood by mentioning that place. I'm happy to be out of there for once. I know I have to go back there. Now I'm not there, and that's all that counts. Get rid of this. What did you expect? She doesn't consider her fangs just for showing. She's hungry, always lusting after mortals and Daedra alike. Not all of us are like her. Most of us aren't quite unique. Because every one of us is, aren't we? Not like Turu, for better or worse, I don't know. For as long as she was in Sanguine services, while I lived in Shade Perilous, an outer realm under Nocturnal's influence. Every one of us has desires and wishes, and I have similar fangs like her. All this doesn't mean that I would act like her. Even ignoring that Kara and Tesserael would banish me into the void faster than I could scream, "Do not want." It's just not my style to sink my fangs in unwilling flesh. If someone would want me close to me, I'd share the feeling. And maybe I never was a fan of Mohawk Ball's work. Tell me about your kisses. That's not much to tell, though. If I say I kiss, and do not bite. Well, accidents can happen. When tongue streaks my fangs, this may draw a drop of blood. When and passion, you'll barely notice it. It mostly happens to myself, anyway. Okay, I think our future, what do you think? I think that if you like, we both can have a grand and very satisfying future together. So yeah, since you only need 10 generic ones, you could just sort of do it like 2 days of generic ones, but it's so hard to get the fitting ones if you haven't used up the generic ones, because you can't tell the difference because it's gold and you don't know if it's generic or fitting. Anyway, gotta wait until the weekend, because I think I got all the ones for the weekdays, and it's barely Thursday. So, here we are.
It's my pleasure.
2 a.m. on Loredas. Anything I can do for you. I like fishes. Fishes are pretty. One of the little joys you won't find in Shade Perilous. Oh well, I've got them here, in front of me. There is something I'd like to have. In Shade Perilous, one of the few belongings I had was a small void pocket, looking like a black pearl. I'm in Sundas now, so could you bring me a flawless white pearl? I've got a pearl for you. Many, many thanks. It may sound silly, but I find it nice to have something reminding me of years past. Through this, you don't forget who you are, who you were. This is something I'm afraid of, in 2 ways. First, to ever learn of my past before Shade Perilous. You know how destructive some of our kind are. Second, to forget Shade Perilous. With this, I would lose parts of myself. Alduin, World Eater, is without mercy, and the only way he can hurt us is through our memory. And yeah. So yeah, that was the one for weekends on from midnight to 4 a.m.
I hope I can help.
So from 11 to 12 on a weekend, kind of limited window there. You can do how do you feel? Oh, that's a quite difficult question, harder to answer than you can imagine. It's all positive around here, but there are different shades, like the tower, the city. I don't like having to go back to Merindon for a couple of hours most days, but it's bearable. I'm happy to be at the same place you're living. Our bed here is simply fantastic. The food is great, and seeing you brings a smile on my face. Nevertheless, I cannot stop thinking about the future. I have an idea, which hopefully will help, as I hope it will. If it does, well, let me just say that you will be happy as I would be. For now, the best description would be content. That is how I feel around here.
How are you?
So now, weekend from 4 to 6.
A pleasure to speak with
Companion. Yes. Do you like your new home? Oh yes, I don't really feel already at home like back in Shade Perilous, but this is something that will grow over time. It's not the place I'm used to. Far less comfortable. This place is even daunting for me. So much luxury for us. It will take some time getting used to it. Finally arriving here spiritually too. There is a residue lingering here, something emanating from the very walls of this tower. A sadness and despair. It is of no harm to us. In fact, the dark mood reminds me of Shade Perilous, which isn't all that bad. One day I will name this place home. It's just a question of how long it will take. Depends also how often you come in here. Yeah, that one's for the weekend. 4 to 8? I don't know.
I hope I
And
can.
let's see, this one. Future, what do you think? Cannot travel on your adventures with you. One day, though, when you retire, I will be there, waiting for you, for this day to come. Until then, I enjoy every heartbeat we're together. I want to be close to you, though. I know that as an adventurer, you need your freedom. I'd gladly let you go, with the knowledge that you will come back to me one day, so I hope. That one was only like 3 whole paragraphs, so it's not a unique one. Very mushroomy. A unique architecture. I like it. Sticks and stones, yes, normal mortal houses can be cozy. Those mushrooms, well, they have a certain something. They're dark, have a bit of wetness in the air, are warm, a bit cramped, perfect for certain activities. So from 12 to 16, my companion. Anything I can do for you? Close your eyes. Takes both your arms in her hands, her wing folded behind your back. She spins, taking you with her. You can feel her tail around your hips, drawing you closer. Spinning stops and you lose your balance. Teshekru kisses you, patting your head. Her lips touch your ear as she begins to whisper. Thank you for the dance. We just need a bit more practice. So yeah, this is when she's doing her dance, usually. From 12 until 4 p.m. So, 8:05 on Sundas again. I used time scale to set the time to like 99,000. So the week took a few seconds to pass. Oh no. I don't know what's going on in your mind. For days I've had to await your return. Can you imagine what would have happened to your fish if I hadn't taken care of them? Please remember that this is your home, my home, our home. We're living together here. I could have moved into my own lonely cell if you refused to come to me. Speak with me. So yeah, she gets upset with you if you don't show up for a month or a week or 2 months or 2 weeks. So if you neglect her for a long time, it gets negative modifiers. So what is she doing right now? She is gonna use a book near a chair.
You look like someone who's comfortable.
Oh, my companion. Do you like your new home? I like the surrounding of your tower. As you may remember, I was in Mir Corrup before. This is all new. Nothing of the old one remains, which isn't a bad thing. The old city had its charms, but it was so uncomfy. Hard to explain. Anything I can do for you? Have you seen Sariana? One of the Ohm's Wraith living here. She had a toy with her, some kind of bear sculpture. Only it was not made of stone or wood, but of wool. And it had a cute little heart on it. Would you try to get me one? Please don't misunderstand me. I just wish to prevent misunderstandings. I do not want you to wish Sariana hurt, just to give to her. Do not steal her toy. I wouldn't want a blood-stained toy. Adventurers sometimes get this wrong, so I thought about warning you. I trust you to never even consider doing so. Alright, now she wants a bear. And this happens from 8 p.m. to midnight on weekends. So it seems like you have to do 3 different what can I do for you things on weekends. So kinda have to wait like at least a week or 2 to get to the next stage.
How are you?
Oh, I'm so glad that I see you. Well, you dug through Maya's cellar. Someone stole my teddy. Or I lost it. I don't know. Mariana wants her teddy back. She did it twice. She can't figure out what her own name is. Missing teddy. Yes, he was so cute. Pink with a heart on his belly. Now it's gone. Gone. He wants it back. Teddy. Yes, a teddy. Cute little one. Had it since I was a small kid. Never left him anyway. The last gift of my parents. They were in reach of Kryn, and well, I want my teddy. Got no time? Oh, no, I've got to search the city alone. Of course I'll have many thanks. Here, take this. It's a scrying ball. Should tell you at least if you get close to the teddy or not. Keep your eyes open. Right. So wait. Bear hunt. So yeah, after you do the Monster of Legend quest, or whatever it's called, Warmer, and you talk to her in an exterior, colder, then you'll get this quest. Warmer. Cold. Is it in the water? Ah, there it is. Jump. Okay, got it. Found Sariana's teddy. So you can't give Teshekru this one because she does ask for the teddy bear with the heart on it, but after you complete the quest she sells teddy bears and you can buy one. So I think in order to complete Teshekru's romance you have to do this quest. I don't know if there's another one with a heart on it. You found it? Oh, many thanks. Now I've got my teddy bear. Thinking about it, I have tried to get a few replacements, but they just weren't the same. If you want to have one, just let me know, and I can move other items for you too. So that's Mariana's toy. You've rescued Mariana's teddy. I will never lose it again. I tried to create a substitute, but it didn't work. You can buy it from me if you like. So yeah, pink teddy. And the one that Jobella likes the most is the light brown teddy, and I think white. Yeah, white and light brown are the ones she likes the most. But Teshekru wanted a pink one, so I bought that. And now let's go back to Teshekru. You have done a lot for me to feel at home here, and you probably have noticed that I've got a feeling for you, which even go beyond friendship. One thing that clouds my mind is the likelihood of losing you, or that you're going to lose me. This world is dangerous. If you agree, I know a way to gain us a bit more safety. Neither Dream Sleeve nor Void will swallow us then. A spiritual bond between us, one being the anchor for the other, and vice versa. A known way for mortals to gain immortality. A known way for Daedra to have a guiding light to escape the void. Keep in mind that a spiritual bond is sacred, one of the most intimate bonds possible. There are no similar relationships in this mortal world. Cyrodiilic doesn't have words to describe it. If you agree, we will be more than roomies, and more than this world's limited definition of friends. My feelings for you are deep enough to risk advancing our relationship this far. Explore your feelings and ask yourself if you feel the same for me. So, I guess I didn't need to give her the teddy first.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, so let's give her the toy. Oh, you've got one? Many thanks. I know it may be hard to understand. We Daedra don't have memories of a lost childhood to satisfy. This doesn't mean that there are no playfulness in us. The so-called stranded light wasn't even able to identify their biggest problem: assumptions. Most mortals see us as pretty one-dimensional, and they stepped into the same trap. Many mortals can't relate to us, reduce us to what we do, simply because they don't know that there is more going on in our minds and hearts. This is alien to most. Why did I want the teddy? To have something to cuddle for lonely nights when I'm awake and I don't know what tears you face. Even if I don't have an inner child, I can relate to Sariana. Why, her toy helps. Thank you for bringing it to me. Thank you, and forgive me my rant. It wasn't intended. Okay, so spiritual bond. Came to a decision, or do you require more information? I'm sorry, but no, I can't do this. I agree. What should I do? First, I want to know more. Your questions shall be answered. What would it mean for me? You're mortal born, so the answer is simple. In time, through me, you will develop a few Daedric qualities. There will be no death through age, and your soul, when your body is slain, will return after some time. After some time, it's no invincibility. Consider it more of a security web, which will grow stronger in time. Do not get cocky. Do not get reckless. More. What would it mean for us? It is a very strong bond. If we do it, a part of me will reside in you, while parts of your soul will live on in me. An act which is holy to me, to all who know about it. As with most things Daedric, it can be reversed, like a mortal marriage can be divorced. Yet it is a very intimate act. You don't share parts of your very being with another one, like you would indulge in carnal longings. So it would mean a deepening of our relationship, a very, very significant one. Need to know more. What would I need to do? If you agree, we need to get very, very close together, without any barriers except our skin between us, and we would need to bask in the world's magic. Then, at last, you would only need to trust me. Are you sure about this? Nothing is certain in this world. I may be committing my worst mistake ever. I don't think so. So believe me, I wouldn't have suggested it if I hadn't had faith in you. Sorry, I think that's all the questions. More time. I agree. What should I do? I understand. I didn't want to... Wait, what? You agreed? Oh dear, I wouldn't have thought it possible. Many thanks for your trust. Alright, it's, well, quite easy, kind of. Well, it'll be a bit embarrassing for both of us, though. Let's just hope no one in Mir Corrup has Eagle's Eye. Follow me to the top of Mir Corrup's tower, outside, where we can bathe in the magica of sun and stars. There we need to undress and embrace us, so come there, speak with me, and, well, you know how to appear there. Spirit bond ritual. We are not there yet. Top of Mir Corrup's tower. Alright. So let's go. So while we're waiting for her, let's take off all this. Let's do this spirit bond. Can't believe how anxious I am. Spirit bond ritual. Seems you're ready to go, and we're at the right place. Then let us begin. It won't hurt. Promised. What should I do? Lay your arms around my waist. Bury your head at my shoulder and relax. The Daedra seducer wraps her arms and wings around you. You even feel her tail crawling up your leg. Her skin burns feverish. A heat radiates through your whole body. The surrounding around you begins to flicker. Forms appear, images, the Imperial City, prison, followed by a fortress in darkness. What no light has ever seen, the Battle of Kavach, followed by a war between Daedra and marble halls. The memories expand, begin to reach into the time before you've met Uriel Septim, then suddenly far beyond anything that has happened in the last millennia. In a blink of an eye, you see the fall of White Gold Tower, the convention of Adamantide Tower, then experience a state of drifting in darkness, a place without temperature, without light, without sound, without smell. Only one thing remains, an image of you and Teshekru, but the lines between her and you are blurred, begin to fade. A creation emerges with 2 heads, 4 legs, and 4 arms. A being drifting through the waters without goal, forever afloat. Yeah, it's just funny how her lips move while it's doing. The sensation of drifting along fades away, becomes one of rising and falling at the same time. You realize that Teshekru is no longer near you, but at the same time is always with you. And then the sensation of falling becomes very real. Oh no, I don't have my feather fall items. I'm gonna die. Well, I landed in the water. So, Tesh's spirit bond was added. And from what I recall, it is not a spell. Or maybe it is. Yeah, I guess it is. I thought it was like an active effect that is always on you. Here she is. Oh, I feel relieved to see you again. Know that I didn't put your life at risk, but creating a spirit bond comes along with a very personal and unique experience. Not to mention that the magicka draws you in closer. Now you're my spirit mate, so to speak. We're sharing now a bond stronger than any Mundus's limitations. Please take this letter. It will explain everything to you. Just keep in mind what I've also written. What we're having now is a flower that needs time to bloom. You can concentrate on our bond. If you don't, the death of your body would mean that you will spend many years in the waters of oblivion. Take many, many years to become stronger. This was only the first step. A necessary one, and I'm glad we've taken it. Now, I understand you better, and I'm sure you've also learned a bit about me. I've got a feeling that our future will be very interesting. My spirit mate. I never thought I would be named like this, ever. Well, you know what I mean. Ever as in the foreseeable future, which was quite a long, given the time I spent in Shade Perilous. Now that I've found you, everything has changed. Oh dear, I don't know what to say. I feel happy. This is strange for me, at least. I know contentedness, but happiness, that's new. I never really felt it in Shade Perilous. Something I have to ponder about in our future, don't you think? My spirit mate, speak. Well, we could use that bond to communicate without words, but well, words are so much better. So, it's less stuff now. Just came to see you. Oh yes, well I could already feel you're drawing in closer. It's always a lot more satisfying to actually talk to you. tell me more about our link. Please understand that our link is a very complex and multi-layered issue. I don't want to lecture for hours, so forgive me for telling you everything at once. The one thing important you should keep in mind is that it's a spiritual bond. We Daedra are first of all spirits. We existed before there were bodily manifestations, so we coupled the core of our very beings together. Once our bond is strong enough, it will save our life. Promised. Firament. And more about it. So you can ask her about the link once a day, and eventually she gives you the whole spiel, but it takes a few days. Share your thoughts. Oh, I must confess, currently you're filling my mind quite nicely. So my thoughts are about you and me, and how to put it? Let's just say I'm happy I have you. My spirit mate, you've got my full attention, and more. Share your thoughts, I've already done so. Wanted to talk a bit. Only talk? Alright. I'm glad they do so. You know what I always ask myself? How did our furniture appear here? We're not part of the mushroom, luckily. Someone had to bring it here. Gift of the Stranded Light? Or the Telvanni sorceress? I don't know. And I'm not sure I want to know. Share what's on your mind. So yeah. I think share your thoughts and wanted to talk has, unique ones depending on what she's doing at the time, and her schedule gets changed again, so all packages, yeah, she's got 60 packages altogether, so now she has one for each day of the week. So the current package only happens on Monday, and it's from midnight until 4 a.m. So she has a unique thing that she does every day of the week, and there's unique dialogue for each one. But on the bright side, you no longer need to have the unique dialogues. You just need to get to 10 to get to the next stage of the romance. Because yes, there's even more.